Welcome back, everyone, to AEC Today Reports December. We're so happy that you tuned in this evening. We hope that you've been having a wonderful month. If not, we're praying that it gets better. But season's greetings to all of you. We're happy to share with you some of the exciting things that are happening in our conference, particularly right on site at some of our churches. And that's what we're going to be talking about this evening, our visit to two of our churches for some exciting things that are going on. Please take this opportunity to share this video so that others will know about the great things that are happening within our conference. We'll be back right after this short break.
Greetings to you all, and lots of holiday cheer.
May your hearts be filled with joy
All throughout the year, may you have happiness and prosperity and peace forevermore.
Happy holidays to each of you,
With many blessings in store.
Happy holidays from your AEC family.
All right, guys. So we're really happy that we had the opportunity to visit one of our churches that recently purchased a new building. We know what that's like for some of you out there looking for a church home, a place to call home. You may have been renting from a different location, and now you are ready to settle into your own space. And we were happy to be able to celebrate with one of our churches in Columbia, Maryland. So check out this story. Welcome to AEC Today. We are on site here in Columbia, Maryland for the soft opening of our Columbia Community Center. We're so excited about what's going to take place here today. The Columbia Community Center is nestled in a commercial community on Red Branch Road in Columbia, Maryland. Members and supporters were happy to enter those doors again after not worshiping in person together in quite some time to enjoy the blessing of their new facility. For those who registered, they checked in, while other attendees signed in upon entry. The lobby featured the church's logo and mission statement, Living God's Love. And you can indeed feel God's love as we were welcomed by Spencer and Vanessa Hooks, who shared a perspective on what the day really meant.
That has been 142 Sabbaths since we have been together as a church family. And I tell you, it's been a long time coming, but I walked into this building this morning and I thought, thank you, Jesus, it was well worth the wait.
Charles Reynolds offered opening prayer, extolling God's goodness for the opportunity to worship again in their new facility.
We bring our hearts to you this morning, dear God, to praise your name and to thank you for watching over us, for blessing us, for providing this house for us, dear God, that we can not only worship you, but serve your children.
Even the music signified the church's testimony that day.
We've come this far by faith, always leaning on the Lord, and we're trusting in His holy word. He's never failed me yet. I'm singing.
Special and intentional feature was having the children to participate throughout the service as they read scriptures of praise. They were so adorable and very dedicated to their task.
This scripture reading is taken from Isaiah 25:1. Praise to the Lord, Lord, you are my God. I will exalt you and praise your name. In perfect faithfulness, you have done great things, things planned long ago.
Amen.
Randy Phillips, the church's treasurer and a charter member, gave an overview of the church's history.
In 1993, a small group of individuals from various churches met at the Peterson's residence for Wednesday evening prayer meeting. 1993. Soon after that meeting, the number became a little larger to 15. So at that time, they decided to meet, still on Wednesday evenings, but they met at the meeting house in Oakland Mills Village Center. The third set of numbers. On April 20, 1996, when there were 38 individuals, the first service was conducted at the Oakland Mills Village Center. Soon after that, we established the Columbia Community Center of Seventh-day Adventists, favorably known as CCC, with 27 members, 27 chartered members.
He chronicled the church's membership growth and the various worship locations leading up to their current status and space.
God came through when we least expected, during a pandemic. The Lord showed us where He had chosen, 9121 Red Branch Road. In less than 4 months after visiting this location, we were able to close on this facility, June 18, 2020.
Pastor Gary Winbush gave a specific charge to the church.
He tells us here in John 15. So as we reconnect with each other, the primary connectivity is with each of us individually connecting to Jesus in His Word, because Dion, He has promised, if you abide in me and my words abide in you, and if you pray, and when you pray, if it is according to God's will, you can ask and you will receive. This week, my mind has just been going down memory lane and thinking of all of our loved ones and members who sacrificed and looked forward to this day when CCC would have their own building and their own facility. Blessed is the child that hath his own.
After the service, we spoke to Marcy Brooks, who shared how CCC has played a major role in her family's life.
I joined this congregation probably about 8 years ago with my husband and my mother that I was caregiver for. And this congregation welcomed us, but especially it was important for me to have a connection for my mother. I relocated her from Ohio here, and she did not have any friends. And the church that I was attending was a large congregation, and it was a commuter church. People did not live close by, and it was hard for her to make connections and develop her own friendships. So this congregation afforded her the opportunity to meet people, to make her own friends, and to build relationships. And excuse me, right before COVID, my mother passed. And so this church, over the, I think, 8 years that we were here, became a family not only for her, but for my husband and I. And so kind of to honor her in a way, I wanted to be a part of this because I know that she had looked forward to this day for so long. She talked about it all the time.
Pauline Phillips, one of the founding members, shared how CCC is committed to serving the community.
Well, going back to the very beginning, I was one of the founding members, one of the charter members for the church, and a part of that decision to call it a center rather than a church. And over the years, we have connected with different organizations, agencies in Columbia, and supported them, like the Grassroots Crisis Intervention Center. We have been ministering to their residents for many, many years. And we have also, a few years ago, children's ministries and women's ministries started what we call our family boutique, where on a Sabbath afternoon in October every year, we would set up the basement of the church where we were as a place where people can come in and shop in quotation marks. They were able to come in, get bags, and fill them with clothing, household goods, toys, and books. And so when COVID hit, we continued our service to grassroots, but we also wanted to reach out to those families that used to come to our boutique. And so we reached out to them and asked, how are you doing? You know, what are your needs? What's happening with you? And of course, the big need was food. And so the week before we closed on this building, we had our first food distribution. And then the week after we signed, we had it right here in our parking lot. And since then, we've been doing it every 2 weeks, serving 75 to 100 families in this area. So like tomorrow, you heard the pastor mention that we were going to need to clear the chairs and so out, because tomorrow is one of our food distribution days. And so we are touching those families in many ways. We have done coat drives for the children. We do diaper drives. We do socks and gloves and hats. And so, especially at the holidays, we do that. And so, most of these families have been with us for 2 years. They come, and we have actually been able to incorporate some of these clients to become volunteers as well. Part of the ministry is that we do reach out and touch them every 2 weeks. We have volunteers who are callers, and they call them every 2 weeks, checking on them, telling them if there's anything that's going to be different about the food distribution this time, and just finding out what else we can do to help. We are looking forward to exciting things ahead. We are looking forward to be able to do cooking classes and teach them how to fix some of the vegetables and so that we provide for them. So we are looking forward to just exciting things ahead.
We also caught up with Randy Phillips, the treasurer, about the challenges CCC faced in their journey to purchasing this property based on his earlier overview.
Obviously, the first challenge is finance, because when you start, you have no funds. The other challenge was in Colombia. It's a very expensive part of this, state. So that was a big challenge, finding a place that was affordable as we went along. Because the longer you waited, the more the value of properties went up. A third challenge was the covenants here. You couldn't have a church in any location in Colombia. There are certain places you were prevented from having churches. And that's why they built what they call interfaith centers, where they were hoping that congregations would use them as their worship places. But a lot of, I guess, the community recognized that was not going to be feasible for a lot of churches. It was like having timeshare, where you just come for a period of time, you leave, and that's it. So those were the main challenges we had when we started.
He also shared how the church handled having 3 prior purchasing deals fall through at the table.
Everything seemed to be working out that we could get that place. So it was a disappointing time. We had to go back to the Bible and talk about, the steps that the children of Israel went through, where they thought, they were right at the promised land and they didn't get in. And also the Nehemiah experience, when they were rebuilding. And we took courage from those. And also the fact that later on, we discovered that there were other issues there that would have created a problem for us. I think we got a way to manage the disappointment a little better. And because we recognize really it's the Lord's work and He has a place for us, I think we handled that one better than the first one. Somewhere along the line, it seems like the Lord was always trying to tell me something because, we were like the founding members, my wife and I. And so we were involved in each one of these steps, and, disappointments as well as, encouragements and so forth. So we were just amazed at how quickly that one went through. By then, I think the church was really ready to move because we've had our disappointments. Now we saw openings.
And being no strangers to overcoming challenges, Pastor Wimbush shared one of those experiences that happened just 24 hours before the soft opening.
That fellowship hall yesterday morning, we had a water heater that exploded. So it's just a miracle of what God has done.
Pastor Wimbush reflected on what it was like seeing some members after such a long time.
It was very moving because I haven't seen many of them since March the 14th, 2020. Talking to them on the phone, visiting some, we had to be creative, so we would go and make house visits, but be on the porch because of COVID. And then some, they didn't even want to open the door. So to see them here today was just extremely, extremely moving.
He was also very honest about his initial reaction to the building.
We knew that we wanted to be in a place that we would be able to do the type of outreach ministries. And to be quite honest, the first time I saw this building, I was like, you got to be kidding me. There's no way. I mean, I have pictures when we first started, and you'll see a chronology. And the Lord had to really convince me because I was like, this is a dump. How because it was low ceilings. It was just all office space. It was just bad. And I initially couldn't see the vision. And the Lord just said, no. And we are strategically located.
And though we worshiped in the fellowship hall for the soft opening, Wimbush shared other features the facility had to offer.
In fact, the sanctuary, the sanctuary is going to be really, really nice. Okay. Because we have the children's Sabbath school classrooms over there, AV production set up, the sanctuary, a couple of more restrooms. What else am I missing? Of course, there's another lobby over there. And then on the other side of that, on the very end of the building, that's where our tenant is. We have a long-term tenant, and that's another 4,400 square feet. Wow. So depending on the growth of the church and the direction of ministries, the church can decide, do they want to retain that tenant, which brings us about $70,000 a year in income, or do you just use that space? So it really is positioned. The Lord delays His coming. It really is positioned where the ministries can dictate how the facility is used. And the emphasis is not on the pastor, which means the emphasis is not on the sanctuary or the 11 o'clock hour. The emphasis is on what are the needs of the community and how do we minister and meet those needs.
Elder Wimbush also shared what he wanted to drive home to his members in his message today.
I've seen this happen in the years I've been in ministry over the decades, is that sometimes when churches reach a goal or they accomplish it, especially with a building, people tend to relax. They relax psychologically, they relax missionally, and they feel like, oh, we have arrived. So now I can just kind of sit back and enjoy the fruits of my labor. No, that is not why the Lord has blessed us with this. But I also wanted to challenge them to understand the Lord is also not interested in just religious busy work either. It has to be intentional. And the best way to underscore intentionality is that you have to personally be connected to Jesus and go through that personal inner transformation, which I think is so critical to John 15, because he says, unless you abide in me and my words abide in you.
He even spoke to the fact that he would be leaving to fulfill his responsibilities as our vice president for administration.
Pastors come, pastors go. But if you're connected to Jesus, I don't care who the pastor is. You know, if you're connected, he said, I'll never leave you. Me? Please, give me a break.
Once again, congratulations to Columbia Community Center on your new facility and all the wonderful things that you have planned for ministry. God bless you all. Wasn't that great? It was so exciting to be able to see the joy. I mean, the joy was palpable among the members being able to celebrate in their new church. So we're so happy for our Columbia Community Center there in Columbia, Maryland. Continue to do the great work that you have been doing in that community. All right, guys, we'll be right back after this short break. Evangelism, the spreading of the Christian gospel by public preaching or personal witness. In Allegheny East Conference, we believe the greatest witness is in our service. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. We are the hands. We are the feet. We are the heart of Jesus. The sermons we preach don't always take place in a pulpit. Sometimes it's in our care for our fellow man. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. We are the hands. We are the feet. We are the heart of Jesus. We will work with each other. We will work side by side, and will guard each man's dignity and save each man's pride. And they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yeah, they'll know we are Christians by our love. We are the hands. We are the feet. We are the heart of Jesus. And when we love one another as he loves us, they know that we are his disciples, and they will want to follow him too. Praise the Lord. We are the hands. We are the feet. We are the heart of Jesus. Next up, we have a wonderful story about one of our churches in New Jersey. Many of us, we like to stay active. Shout out to you, Faye Gregory, always reminding us to keep moving. And so one of our churches took this idea of exercising to another level. Let's check out that story now. Next, we made our way to the corner of Reading and Hillcrest Avenues to our Bethel French speaking church in Trenton, New Jersey. They started their Sabbath school program with song service. And check out that young little drummer over there. After some opening preliminaries, Pastor Wilfred Louis-Jean offered some welcoming remarks. Then it was time for a special recognition service, as the day was dedicated to recognizing members of their walking club. Each participant was called up front and presented with a certificate for their dedication to the club. They even displayed a chart mapping out the amount of steps accumulated by each member of the club from the months July through October. They were challenged to walk at least 10,000 steps per day. And they even awarded the top 3 step earners with first, second, and third place medals. Bethel surely knows how to coordinate for a special day. Everyone looks so wonderful in their green. After the service, it was time to celebrate with a fellowship dinner. Look at that beautiful fellowship hall. Isn't it decorated so nicely? And there's that lovely green again. We spoke to the top earner about how the walking club improved her health.
I've been walking for a long time. Since 1997. I like to walk. But When Sister Sabine called me about, I said, okay, I can do it. 10,000, I do 20,000, 16,000, a lot. So what is make the story really good? I feel much better. I lost 20 pounds. Oh yeah. Then my blood pressure was high. I've been on medication lab for over 25 years. In and out, and my blood pressure up. I go to the doctor. They double the medication. Keep going up. The third time I went, they said they're going to increase. I said, well, no, I have to do something. So now, instead walking, I run in the morning, and I don't take medication anymore. So yes, I just control my diet. I am a vegan. I watch what I eat, and this is me, 25 pounds I lost.
And the third place winner shared with us his motivation for participating and how it also benefited him.
What motivates us the most is the gift they're gonna give us. We heard that we're gonna have a gift at the end of the year. And we got to work 10,000 steps a day. And I said that is nothing. We can do that. Personally, the working club it helped me a lot. Physically, mentally, it helped me. When I work, and it helped the blood circulation in my body, my system worked better, and I'm stronger. And I had the problem with my legs and climbing the stairs. And after working couple of weeks, and I feel great. And I said that is a great idea, and I think that the head of the ministry department.
Next, we spoke to the health leader who was the brainchild behind starting the walking club about her inspiration for it.
A walking club that we have at the church, it was a reason to make the people, our members, about the awareness about their health. We believe for them to be able to practice their health is not just about theory, but we want them to get involved with that. So therefore, we created that club. So we have some criteria about the club, how they can get up every day instead of just sitting, but to move more around. So that can improve their health, because walking is one of the best exercise there is. So therefore, it's very simple. Everybody can do it. It's not like most of the people have to contact their doctors, or is it something very rigid? It wasn't anything like that. It was just more a way that everybody can get involved, because we have children, young and elder, everybody they were participating on the club.
And they are gearing up to start again in the new year and looking forward to more participants.
Some people were able to lose weight. Some people were able to manage their weight, all of that. And you know how walking is so good for our heart, for our mind. So it's been great. So we want more people to get involved.
Pastor Louis Jean shared how the walking club coincides with the mission of the church.
We not only think about the spiritual part of our members, we think also about the physical well-being of our members. And it's good for them to walk, to do exercise. They can fit not only for this earth, but for the earth to come.
He too experienced some benefits from participating himself.
I am a part of it because it's working very well for me, for my health. Like for this year, I never go to the doctor because I work a lot, every day 1 hour. And my wife also, we work together. And I thank God for this club, not only for my members, but for my family and myself as well.
Congratulations once again to the Bethel Walking Club for your accomplishments. Keep stepping, keep moving, keep improving your health. Kudos to all of you. What an awesome ministry, a ministry that challenges its members to keep walking, to keep moving, and in turn improve their health. Congratulations, Bethel French in Trenton, New Jersey. Thanks for all you're doing there to encourage your members to stay healthy. We hope that you enjoy that. All right, guys, we'll be right back after another short break.
The Message Magazine campaign needs your support. No, that's the wrong message. The right message is that you need message. You need to send message to your friends. You need to send message to your family members. You need to send message to your co-workers. You need to send message to your boss. You need the message. We trust that you would send your subscription by going to messagemagazine.com, and they're filling out all the necessary information that you need so that you can send the message to your friends who you want to spend eternity with, who you have a concern about their soul salvation. You need the message. And more importantly, we trust that you would take a subscription for yourself to the Message Magazine. If it's not convenient for you to go to messagemagazine.com, you just fill out the necessary information and send it to Pacific Press. You just put your name, your address, your church, your conference, and send all those names who you have a sincere desire to know them, to have the Message Magazine. Send it to Pacific Press with a check. You can do it by check or money order, and send it to Pacific Press. And we trust that you will be rewarded. I know that you will be rewarded by sending the message with its articles that are relevant, with its articles that are for today, which are articles will meet your need. So you need the message, and we trust that as you are in this Message Magazine campaign, that you'll do all that you can to share the message with those who you love. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
All right, everyone, that wraps up our episode tonight. We hope that you enjoyed hearing those two wonderful stories about two churches who are doing exciting things. And if you have a story, if your church is doing something with Allegheny East and you believe that needs to be shared on AEC Today Reports, please reach out to me. You know how to do that. We want you to email me at lhewitt@aecsda.com. Let's put that up there, lhewitt@aecsda.com. Let me know about something great that's happening in your church so we can showcase you too. Don't forget, of course, this is Christmas weekend, and so we hope that you will enjoy your Christmas time. Please take advantage of some of the links to the Christmas programs that have happened within our schools and our churches that you can enjoy over this holiday season. And of course, we recognize that this is not always a joyous time for everyone. So if you are feeling down, if you are feeling sad, please reach out for help. Please even use 988 if you have nowhere else to call. 988 for someone to assist you if you are feeling down during this holiday season. Please know that you are loved. Allegheny East Conference is thinking about you and praying for you, and we hope that everyone will enjoy this holiday season, and we look forward to seeing you in the new year. Don't forget to continue to check out our website, visit aec.org, follow us on our YouTube channel and on Facebook. We love to stay connected with you. And like I said before, we'll see you in January. Happy New Year, everyone.